Hi, I'm Shirley Cannon, and this is my neighborhood. I'm a longtime resident of Santa Monica, and my husband actually has been in this house since 1977. And I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm an artist and a writer, and I wanted to invite you into my studio. I work in the back behind my house in this converted garage, and I'll take you in here. These are some of the pieces that I've been working on. And this one is not quite finished yet. These are done. And I just finished this triptych. A lot of work gets done in this little studio, but I've been making art since, oh my gosh, at least 40, 45 years. And I've shown my work in Europe, in Italy, and New York, and I've had a couple museum shows and a lot of gallery shows. And I just wanted to have people get to know me better. Actually, I love connecting with people. That's why I like leaving the garage door open, because people walk by and it's an opportunity to get to meet the neighbors. And actually during COVID, in the beginning of, in the front of my house, I have a book barn that I painted birds on the outside of it, and that has given me so much pleasure, because I put books out there and neighbors come by and they put books in, and it's a wonderful way to connect. And I guess that's it.
Shirley, talk about your art.
And so let me tell you about the kind of work that I do. I'm originally from a coal mining camp in West Virginia, and my dad was a coal miner. And so a lot of the colors and the textures of my work have to do with that. And but these are paintings, these three paintings. Very often I will imagine people, and even though these aren't actual portraits, I did this painting thinking about my son. We lost our place in Lahaina in the big fire a couple of years ago, and this is the only thing we have left from that property, is this piece of roofing from one of the roof tiles that I was able to find whenever we went back. And so I did this for my son, because he was devastated by that fire. So we're in the process of trying to rebuild there. This piece, I was thinking of my daughter-in-law. She's a Japanese American, and she's all of these. To me, my family, my son, my daughter-in-law, and my grandson, they're like samurai. They are just these very strong, wonderful people. And my daughter, even though she's a little tiny thing, she's got a giant heart, and she's very strong. And so I was thinking about her when I made this. And this one is not finished yet, but this one, my grandson, who's young, he's like 26, he's just started doing a lot of traveling and has fallen in love with traveling, and recently went to Europe and then went to Japan. And I asked him to bring me something back from Japan that I could put in a painting. And so I'm doing this painting. Some of the fabric he brought me back was this. And so I'm just about to finish this. I think this is about his Samurai Dreams is going to be the title of it, with all the things that he's interested in and how he foresees his life opening up. And then I do, as I say, because I'm from West Virginia, a lot of my work, I use velvet, because it's like when I was a kid growing up, there was soot that would come into the house. You know, the coal mines were dirty and very often toxic. And as a little girl, I think I would see the beauty in some of the toxic stuff. So the soot that would come in our house, I'd touch it and it felt like velvet. So I use velvet in my paintings. I also like the colors, because I think of mining, when I imagine coal mining, I think of when you're opening the earth, and not only do you find coal, but there are other things that are like beautiful ores and stones, and even from the time I was a kid, I was always interested in that dichotomy of how something could be so toxic, like the Sulphur Creek that ran by our house is this beautiful Indian yellow, and it was so toxic, and so I've always been interested in that. Even the gases in the mines, you know, as a kid, they had wonderful names like black damp and white damp and fire damp. And one of the, I remember stories when I was a kid growing up there. I mean, I'm 84 now, so this goes back a long ways, but they would tell stories about how the white damp was the most poisonous gas of all, and men who survived it, they said the last thing they smelled was the smell of violets. And I think as an artist and a writer, those things resonated with me, as did stories about the mine canary and this beautiful thing that was like a sacrificial thing that was taken in the mines, that it very often died, but it saved the lives of the men. So I'm talking a lot about my work, but that's basically what it's based on. And this shape, this form is like a bird. I do a lot of, I've done a lot of drawings. I have small drawings that I've done because as a kid I loved the stories of the mine canary. And as an adult, I've collected mine canary cages, and I make work that has the shape, you know, of the bird. And way in the back of this, I have a 16-foot painting called Amber Nest. And now, my work is primarily, I'm using a lot of Japanese rice paper, and I like that. I use that in Japanese rice paper and velvet and all kinds of fabric, and very little paint. I use tar and charcoal, and because I like the texture, and it's just where I am today. I've done a lot of paintings and a lot of drawings, and but this, you know, this is where I am today. And I hope you like my work. I would love to get to meet all of you. I really enjoy Santa Monica. You know, I've been here for so many years. I met my husband back east in Cleveland when I was working as a secretary, and he was finishing his PhD in business and behavioral science. And he rescued me and brought me to this beautiful city because he was born and raised here. And I love Santa Monica.
Yay!